Okay, corporations are pledging millions of dollars to help address this problem. They say it's going to Black Lives Matter. It's a good cause if it promotes racial equality, if it saves lives, if it helps get bad cops off the streets. But where does the money actually go? Scott, please tell us.
Well, as I said, it's a bowl of spaghetti, but let's take the biggest strand in the bowl of spaghetti is the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation that we mentioned. Now, that entity has no legal existence. You can't find its board of directors. It doesn't file the sort of Form 990s with the IRS that my nonprofit and normal nonprofits do. So let me take you through the money chain here. You go to blacklivesmatter.com. You hit the donate button. It takes you to something called Act Blue Charities, which has a page, among many other pages of various left-wing groups. It has a page for apparently for Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. But actually, the Act Blue Charities entity is going to give money to something called 1,000 Currents, which is a regular nonprofit that files forms with the IRS and whatnot, and it in turn passes the money on to other projects, including the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation.
Okay, and you mentioned Susan Rosenberg. I saw
Yes.
that on. Tell me about Susan Rosenberg.
Susan Rosenberg was, like so many radical activists, somebody who didn't come up in suffering at all. She grew up in a very comfortable middle-class family. She went to Barnard, the women's school connected to the Ivy League Columbia University. But she was radicalized in college, and she joined a variety of different radical violent cells, including something called the May 19th Communist Organization. That was their name for it. May 19 was the birthday of both Ho Chi Minh, the tyrannical communist dictator of Vietnam, and of Malcolm X. And in that radical effort, she became a bomb expert. In fact, when she was finally caught and thrown in prison, she had hundreds of pounds of stolen TNT right there. She had to warn the cop not to smoke so they didn't blow everybody up. And so she never apologized whatsoever for any of her violence and radicalism. In fact, her only regret is she didn't shoot back at the cops, she said. And she was sentenced to 58 years in prison for all of this. But on the very last day of the Clinton administration, Mr. Clinton was kind enough to commute her sentence and release her from jail. And now she is the vice chairman of 1,000 Currents, which passes money through to Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation and various other left-wing groups.